Welcome to Cooking Conversations with the Groceway.
Yes, welcome.
Listen, navigating singleness, never easy. However,
it is a blessing in disguise.
Exactly. And we've all been through it. And one thing that we know for sure is there are definitely some things that we could do to prepare us in our singleness for when we have more togetherness, for when we do meet our person. And a few of those things, one of the most important things in our opinion is healing. Because the healing journey has been both a reason for our trials and a reason for our triumphs.
The most definitely reason for our trials and our triumphs.
Yeah.
It's also, it's a couple of keys in there too. Once you triumph through it, you gain keys to those trials. Unfortunately, sometimes we gotta go through that kind of experience to see what triumph is like and to know what victory in what this relationship will look like. Because you have keys now, it's going to give you the best new love life. Which ties into relationship with God.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important things, a relationship with God.
I think that healing is so much more than just saying, this happened to me and I'm over it, right? I think healing also includes recognizing that at the end of the day, this happened to me. Why did it happen to me?
What part did I play in it?
What part did I play in it? Or what part did I not play in it? And the end result was not my fault. Yeah. That person hurt me. They weren't supposed to hurt me. And that was not my fault.
Yes.
And healing is forgiving, but not them, you. You gotta forgive yourself.
Yes.
You gotta forgive yourself for what happened to you, because it was not your fault. The only fault you had is that you continue to let it affect you.
There you go.
That's the fault that you had. That's the fault that you have. Because at the end of the day, even if you did stay with that bad guy, you knew he was wrong, you knew the red flags was there, but you stayed.
Or the bad woman.
Or the bad woman. At the end of the day, that's still not your fault that they mistreated you.
Yes.
They should have done better. They should have been better people. So recognizing that at the end of the day, it is not your fault what happened to you. Forgiving yourself and moving on from it, leaving it in your todays, placing it deep into your yesterdays, so that your tomorrows could be the promise that God has for you.
Yes, definitely. A really important key. Another one I think that's really important too is spending time to get to know the new you.
After you started the healing journey.
Yes, after you started the healing journey, get to know what the new you looks like. What are the new boundaries the new you have? What does the new you look like when it comes to approaching a relationship? What does that look like now? I'm gonna have new questions in a new relationship. I'm gonna carry myself a lot more differently than I did in the past. Now I will in the present and into the future. What does that look like? Am I really in full comfort of who the new person I am?
Yep, I definitely think that that's one thing that I did do before I met Jonathan, is I spent time just kind of being me and enjoying my days of singleness. And so by the time we met, I was deep into my healing journey, and I was only 24, so I knew who I was for a 22-year-old. I was 22 when we met, and I knew who I was for a 22-year-old. But at 22, you only can know so much.
You know what's given to you. That's it.
Yeah, I only knew so much about myself because I hadn't experienced enough life to know more about myself. But I knew who I was in that season of my life. I knew what I wanted, I knew what I deserved, because I spent time with myself as I went through the healing process. Yes. I spent time with God as I went through the healing process.
Yes, spending time with the new you helps you recognize what part of old you has fell off. That's one of the biggest things. What part of old me has fell off, so I won't fall into the same traps over again. Because a lot of times when things happen, just the way we just operate, the way we think, has the new me overcame the old me, so I won't fall into the same traps again. Because that's a lot of times that our comfort is our worst enemy, into ourselves. Once we find that comfort and being the old us, it's like it keeps getting me to the same thing over and over again. It keeps the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So that part is real vital, really vital. To find comfort in the new you and be comfortable into that new shell. Because that new shell is going to see you the promise that you want to have in love.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that had I not gone through this process prior to meeting Jonathan, we probably wouldn't have made it. I would have been so emotionally ignorant. I would have been so mentally disoriented, and I would not have been in the right space to receive a man like him. I wouldn't have been in the right space to be good to a man like him.
You know, and for me, like, that thing for me is that I want to know what it looks like, well, to the surface of what real love looks like. You know, to me, what real love looks like. You know, most of those things that I went through in the past, you know, would never show me how well equipped with love and vulnerability that Jesus has to offer. You know, I would never saw that if I never went through the things that I went through in my previous relationship.
I definitely think there are lessons in everything that we experience. And I think those lessons were meant for us to grow further, even more so than we see for ourselves. Without the lessons of our past, how can our future ever be as bright as it could possibly be if we didn't learn from our past and know how to make sure that future is brighter than the sun? I think that instead of making your past seem like it was such a tumultuous time, look at it as, okay, God, you put me through some tough lessons, but I learned them. And this is what I learned from them. Because you don't know until you know. You don't know what you want out of a man. And say you date men and you find out what you don't do and don't like. You don't know what you want out of a career until you actually get into that career and you realize that's not for me. You don't know. You don't know. And so you have to go through. You have to go through in order for you to know what your next move is going to be and how you're going to navigate moving forward.
Yeah.
So everything you went through, it was for a purpose. It was for a reason.
Yeah.
Don't discredit your past.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's placed where it needs to be. That's the key. Because your future, your real love, your true love, the one God has for you, does not deserve to pay for your past. So your past is important, but it needs to stay in the file that it needs to stay in. It don't need to be floating throughout your days. It needs to stay right where it is.
Speaking of the old file, the good thing about having a new file is your new surrounding. So creating a new surrounding around you that will not remind you of the past and bring up the past trauma that you didn't have in the past. A good surrounding helps you have a good outlook. They always say, you know,
Lord, company you keep.
yeah, you're company you keep. You show me your friends, I tell you your future. You know, so what kind of surroundings do you have around you that's going to give you the right kind of future that you do want to have, that good love, the love that you want to have that's everlasting. You know, what does that look like? What kind of surroundings do I like to have to incorporate myself into the love surroundings that I do want to have?
You this spaghetti stuff smells so good.
It does kind of smell good. I ain't here to cut these things up and speed up.
But I definitely think that Jonathan is on to something. You are the company that you keep, and at the end of the day, let me finish this. You got it. Okay. You are the company that you keep, and at the end of the day, if you're going to continue to surround yourself around madness, that's the life you're going to continue to have. You need to fill your space with people, places, and things that are going to push you so far forward that your past can't even find you.
Yeah.
You need to surround yourself with environments that are going to help you thrive, that are going to serve you, not diminish you, not block you.
Yes. Well, what you're trying to get to is like, you know, the law of attraction. You want to stay attracted to what you want to be around. So
birds of a feather flock together, and that don't just go for people. That goes for everything about you. Who you hang out with, where you hang out at. If you hang out at the clubs, you're gonna be a club man. If you hang out at the clubs, you're gonna meet trouble. If you hang out at the clubs, like, I'm not telling you not to go out. That's not what we're here for. But I'm just saying that if you're going to, you know, hang out at these places, you gotta expect that type of reality for yourself.
Yes.
If you're trying to heal and grow from your past, why would you keep dwelling in the things and the places and the people that are from your past? You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go and let it go. Let it go and move forward.
Yes, because trauma, you know, especially if it's negative trauma, you know, it has a strong rap on you. Once you stay in the same atmosphere that attracted that trauma, that builds that trauma up, you do not want to negate that energy. You do not want to live in that energy. You do not want to produce that, keep producing that energy over and over again, just like yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to take those with you right now?
No, I'm gonna wait till you finish. Don't rush. You're fine. I'm just asking.
Okay, cool. You know, I know if I'm close to
No, but, and that goes into, you know, the man that you want,
or the woman that you want.
or the woman that you want,
That's your first.
you gotta be able to deserve that type of caliber of person. If you want a God-fearing man, then you need to be God-fearing yourself. If you want a God-fearing woman, you need to be God-fearing yourself. If you want a hard-working spouse, you need to be hard-working yourself. If you want a nurturing spouse, then you need to be in a position to to uphold that nurturer, not diminish that nurturer. Like who you are will dictate the caliber of person that you get. So
Yes.
while praying for be specific with your prayers as well. While praying for the type of person that you're desiring, make sure you pray for yourself to be ready to receive that type of person. Because whoever God brings you, He is preparing for you. He is expecting you to uphold, to sustain this relationship,
Yes.
to uphold this relationship by any means. He is expecting you to care for His greatest blessing.
Yes, and that's one thing about understanding your value when you are at that point when you're not somebody that you feel like you deserve.
So good.
Knowing your value, you're welcome, baby. Knowing your value and understanding your value and holding yourself to that value will always ensure that you get that same value back that you are looking for. Like, make sure you hold on to your value, that you have a relationship and stand on that. Once you stand on that, and people who are that bad around you that you might just coincidentally run into, they're gonna recognize that and respect and say, you know what? The path he or she is on and what she's looking for, I recognize it in myself, but I can't give her that. Or I'm not able to produce that in a relationship. And she's laying all on the table of what she's looking for, how she values herself, while he is. And hey, you know, that's how you get that respect and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pass her by, I'm gonna pass him by because, you know, I'm not at that place, and I'm not gonna bring them down to the place that I'm at.
And you don't want to have to do that. You don't want to have to miss God's blessing because you're not ready. While that's admirable for you to be able to admit that, you don't want to miss God's blessings because you're not ready. So get ready. This is what your singleness is for. This is what this time is for. Get ready for what God has for you. Prepare yourself. Prepare your space.
Put on the armor of God.
For what God has for you.
Yes.
Woo! God is good.
All the
He
time.
desires to provide. He desires to provide. He definitely don't desire for you to weep from lacking.
Yes.
He desires to provide.
And
But
he
you got to
is your
give him
comforter.
the space to provide.
Yes.
If you're not giving him the space to provide, then at the end of the day, how is he ever supposed to do what you're expecting him to do?
Yep.
So act this way.
It smells good in here too.
I know, it smells so good. It's going to be a good batch today. My mom taught me this recipe, and I definitely feel like I don't do it right every time. Like,
You in tune with it now. You know, when you're doing just, I know I sprinkle it for like 4-5 seconds. I know we got everything you need on it.
it's all about the smell and the look. If it looks seasoned, it's seasoned. And
It
if it
smells
don't,
good.
put more.
If it looks good, it tastes good. If it tastes good, I mean it smells good. If it smells good, then it's just made it right.
Exactly, amen.
Amen.
When you get that strainer thing.
Oh yeah. Alright.
That wasn't what I meant to do. Y'all, we've been so horrible with cleaning the dishes.
Oh yeah. I try to create what we call a system when it always repays itself with dishes. Every time it's like just a system, right? We just always keeping it clean all the time. You know, sometimes I just get busy sometimes, you know.
So hard. Our kitchen, our can opener broke, so we are reduced to manual.
Oh man, when did that electric one break?
A long time ago. You just didn't notice because I didn't complain about it. I just started using this one.
You work, right?
Amen.
I do those for the moment, so I can stop right here and then just put a lid up. You said I ain't doing that.
My arm. No, it's okay. My arm hurt. Manual ain't always easy, baby.
Come on, this right here, look. That's one thing I learned.
My God. Y'all want to see what we got so far?
Ooh, yes. Ooh, yeah. Looking good, baby.
What we got so far?
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. Hold on, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Leave that. I like it a little brown. I like it to be.
Oh, yeah. chart up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got the thing.
But at the end of the day, what God has for you is going to be for you. And when you and Him become aligned, is when He can open up that floodgate on your behalf.
Yes.
We hope you have liked this video.
Yes.
Please like, please subscribe, because we plan on doing these every week. Let us know in the comments what you want the next topic to be about.
Yeah.
Whether it's about singleness, marriage, or anything in between. We're here. See you guys next time.
Next time.